friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy. Today we are creating another Dutch door spread, but it's a little different because it's going to have some windows in it as well. And this is part of the series where I use a notebook different than the one I normally use to try out Dutch doors in other sizes. So today we're using a B5, which is bigger than my normal one because I wanted a little extra space. So let's go over the supplies we're going to use. First, I have this cool little set, and I'm going to make some circles using the pencil to get some really nice circle shapes to make sure that I'm following a perfect circle when using these. I have some mild liners and a pen. I have washi tapes from the washi tape shop, and then this one's from Soto Studios. So links to anything that I have as affiliate links are down below, as well as any codes I have. So thanks so much for using those if you choose to shop anything. All right, so this notebook is from Notebook Therapy. I have only done one spread in this big one so far, and it was another window spread, but this time we're doing windows and Dutch doors, which is super cool. I can't wait to start. This little clip is from Journal Say. People always ask, so there you go. Link is down below as well. But let's get started. And what I want to do is create like this little floral frame, and then we will put a little design on the page behind it from where it peeks through. And there will be Dutch doors though. So let's figure out what size of circle we want to make on this page. So I want it to kind of have this shape so we can have a circle here too, but I don't want it too far over that way. So I want the second page circle to be like this. So maybe like there, maybe a little higher. This is gonna take a little work to figure out, you guys. Okay, so if I want it to have a full circle, maybe like there for where this circle is, so we can't go any further over this way with this part of the page. And then if it's up here, let's make this one a little bigger. Maybe not, because it's gonna expand a little bit, I think, as we do this. Okay, so there's gonna be where the other circle is. If that's what we're doing, then the shape of this Dutch door is gonna kind of be like that. But it's not gonna be perfect, and you will see as we do it. So I'm just dabbing this to kind of bring up some of the pencil lines, but I still wanna see the pencil lines. This eraser is great for just lifting up some pencil lines, but leaving a lot of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this behind so we don't forget. This is my little cutting board. I'll have to shift it because it's a little bit too small for this notebook. But what we're gonna do is make a little floral frame around this and bring the flowers down like this. And then cut this out once I know where the flowers are. And then on the next page, we'll put the girl here and then do another circular floral frame here. So it'll be 3 pages essentially. So this is the washi tape shop. This is one of my favorite older washi tapes from them. And unfortunately, it's not one of the pre-cut ones. So actually, let's grab this right now because we're gonna cut some things out. I'm gonna show you how I cut these out, and then I'll just pause and cut them all out. But I just use my little gyro cut and just cut around each individual image like so. And then I'm able to pick up each one like its own little sticker. Nowadays, most places are having a lot of pre-cut washi tapes, which is really awesome and much easier. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go a ways up the strip so that I have a bunch cut out and ready to go. All right, so I cut all the way up to here. That is quite a bit of tape. You can also use scissors, but the only thing is that it takes a little bit longer, I would say, and then you have each piece cut out individually, which then it's harder to find what you want. So like I've got this, there is a little bit that I could trim, but at the same time, we're gonna make it follow this thing. So we are gonna trim this when we cut this page. So I'm okay with leaving it like that. And this kind of follows the shape right here. So I'm just gonna put this one right here. And you can see a little bit of the pencil line, but it's pretty thin, so that doesn't bug me at all. All right, then for this one, I'm just gonna start. First, grab my little scissors. These are also from Journal Say. And just trim that little bit so I don't have to later. And put it right here, because again, it kind of follows the shape of the circle, which is pretty cool. So now I'm gonna look for other things to follow this shape before filling that in. This one would work pretty well, I think, and just a little bit to trim here. And go like this. And it is covering up some of this area. So if I was journaling in this one is an example notebook, so I'm not journaling in it right now, but if I was journaling in it, I'd probably use like this for a day. Sometimes that happens in the creative journal stuff. So it is what it is. All right. So over here, I don't want it to go too much over because I do want the nice Dutch door. So I'm gonna take some of these smaller stickers to fill them in and kind of create the frame that we're gonna use. So there are these little ones all around, and we can just bring them around the circle. All right, there was a rose there, but I kind of want to get something that's a different shade in before we do anything else. So there's this like little leaf, and that we can go this way. That'll be pretty cute, I think. I could do that rose, or this little one is nice, and that'll get trimmed off. So I'll just put it like this. All right, so then we'll trim all of this as close as we can. We just need a little bit right here, and I think we've got to trim these. But what I want to do is this little piece, this little scrap, once I trim, there's a little stem that got on it. We're going to put it right here to fill this tiny little gap. That looks pretty good. All right, then right here, this one's really pretty. And we'll put this one right here, and we can cut off all of this to save for later. So a lot of times I go back to front when creating Dutch doors. Today, because I'm not sure where all this is going to line up, I'm going front to back so that I can make sure the spacing here is okay. Other times I go back to front just to make sure the spacing back there is okay. So it just depends on the situation, I suppose. All right, so now we're gonna take it slowly with the gyro cut. You can also use scissors to fussy cut this if you wanted to. I find that is harder, but up to you. And if the washi tape is trying to pull up, I will go down or up with the gyro cut to make it so it doesn't come up as I'm cutting the page. So like here, I'm going over the edge of the washi tape, so it may try to pull up. So sometimes going the other way is helpful. Got a little washi tape stuck to it. Okay, now before I forget, moving that down so I don't accidentally cut through, you know, the other page. And when you're cutting through the washi tape itself, you don't need a ton of pressure, but to cut through these 160 GSM pages, you definitely need good pressure on it. Like I'm pushing pretty hard. And there we go. We need to cut out this too. If you don't want a window, you could just leave it like this and then decorate inside of it, or use it as a box to write something in. That could be pretty fun too. But I really wanted to use these new girls that I got from Soto Studios, so I went looking through my stash to find what tapes or stickers I had that would go with it. And I've been loving the little windows and peekaboos and things. There we go. All right, so we've got that, and now we're gonna create a circle like right here as well. Like that. And then this one will want to come out to about there and then go like this. So it's going to be a little bit further out. Okay, and we're going to have to figure out this. So that may take a minute. So you can see how it's lightening up when I just dab at it. You can, you know, go like this, but it brings up a lot. So I do want it to be somewhat visible so that I know where I'm going. So this one, let's get the girl in first, actually, because I want to make sure she's visible here, and then we'll put the flowers around her. Or next to her, or however it works out. Okay. I think I like this one. So we'll cut that out and then pick a couple other things from these PET tape roll, and get a couple other things in there too. Maybe the butterfly, maybe the sheet music. Not sure yet. Oh my gosh, I'm ripping her. There we go. Okay, so she's gonna go right here. Yeah. Look how pretty she looks. Maybe the bird poking out, that would be pretty cute. That's really cute. Okay, so then butterfly we might save for the other one. Kind of like these letters. And we're gonna put them like right over here, because I want this all to be stuff that we can see. Then since we did letters, let's also do the sheet music, just for a kind of papery, stationary vibe. This little peekaboo. And then here, let's see if we can get some of the flowers to poke through. All right. So we want to pick one to go here that will follow this shape pretty well. That's actually going to be really nice, I think. Though it's pretty thick, so the Dutch door will go almost all the way to the edge. Am I okay with that? I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, we'll go all the way to the edge right there. I just need a trim the tiniest bit right here because it's covering over her dress. All right. We're gonna save that one for a minute, and I wanna use it, so I'll put it there. All right, we saved a piece. That would actually fit really nicely. Right up here. And then just a little thing here to fill in. There. And so we'll have this little Dutch door part, and then we'll go like that. So here I want to keep it skinny so that we can, you know, have some cutouts on that page. So I'm looking for little pieces. We're going to be cutting out lots of little pieces for the back sides of these pages too. Oops, that one's going over the other floral. We'll pull it down a little bit. This one can follow the shape pretty well also. Okay, we need to cut a little bit more out. Flying tapes. That one I think is that one, so we'll try to save it for the back side. The great thing about these tapes is you have so much of it, and I've used this one quite a bit. It's like halfway gone already, but you always have duplicates to use for all your things. Here we can use some of the bigger ones though, now that we're getting to the part that I can totally cover over. So let's do it like that, except now it's covering over that rose. Ugh. Let's try again. This one has kind of a rounded shape on the side. And that will finish it up. Cool. So we'll make this cut, and then it's the fun part of trying to fill in the back, which is like a puzzle, and trying to fix everything up. All right. So doing the back side of it is the harder part, I would say. You could just ignore the back side, up to you. I love the challenge of it, and I love making it look symmetrical and nice from the front to the back. I don't know. There's something fun about it. This little piece, there we go. Okay, and then cut out this circle thing. guess we'll do the other girl and do that little part and then do the back sides of these. Before I put any more florals down here or over here though, I want to make sure that I get what I need on the back sides, because that will be harder to fill than just the first and last page. All right, so there we go. And this kind of ripped a little, so we're just gonna trim it. So there we go with our little Dutch door. That looks so fun, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's fill this in. Okay, so we had that one girl. The other one I really like is her. So I do need to move this tape. What I've been doing when pulling out washi tapes that I haven't done it with yet is when I roll them back up, putting a little rubber band on it instead of the tape. Like the little hair rubber bands that you'd put on a child, like the little clear, tiny ones. And that's been working really well to keep my washi tapes organized and not unrolling without having to tear off the stickiness of it each time. Go like right here. That's so pretty, and honestly, I might lower her so I don't have to deal with putting anything right on the bottom of the page. Let's see how that works. Perfect. Then we can get that butterfly right there. All right, so butterfly, here you are. Perfect. That is so cute, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we need to do some actual like looking for specific pieces. So like this, I think we might be able to fit the same one there. It'll be a little bit off, but I think we might be able to do it. So we're gonna go looking for specific pieces and try to put it all together. This may not work. It is the same exact one, right? Yeah, it's just going the wrong way, but I feel like if I put it this way, it could kind of work. So it is in a similar place, and I'll use my little scissors, or you could use the gyro cut to trim off any little bits. Okay. So we are just grabbing all the little florals and trying to fill it in. Okay, gonna trim a little closer for this one. Actually, I don't want to put this one down yet because something needs to go there. I need to figure that one out. I am gonna put this one down though. All right, so I'm just gonna start collecting pieces. Actually, I'm gonna go collect some pieces and have them so that we can put this all together. All right, so I decided to grab a few small pieces to see if we could figure this out. So this is gonna be the hard part right here. I might have to grab one of these and just cut off a piece of it. I feel like that's gonna be what we end up doing. But right now, I'm just trying to find spots to place these so that it kind of fills all the other gaps. Like that. Just trying to see how I might fit these all together. All right, so that I do think I'm gonna cut off this tiny section to put in there. I think that will work okay. Oh, that fits pretty perfectly. Just a little bit to trim off. All right. Then these might be able to go with some bigger pieces. So I'm gonna save these, just put them up here. We'll use them to fill in the gaps as needed. But first, let's fix this and then get the tiny little piece that I need to fill the one gap that I know about. All right, scraps everywhere. Have you guys ever found like scraps in your hair or on your clothes later in the day after crafting? Because I definitely do all the time. All right, here's another one of these. So I'm just gonna cut off this piece. It's okay to cut down your stickers and use them for something else. Okay, I'm gonna get one more of these. So go through a whole, oh, we have no more of those. Okay, we are at the end, you guys. I've never rolled all the way to the end of a washi tape shop roll. I have used this one a ton. Holy moly, you guys. That's amazing. Okay, so we're just going to use the tip of this one and kind of turn it into its own thing. You're allowed to do that. Okay, now back to all these things that I've already cut. Let's just see what we can fit and where. That actually is okay. Except for that little part. Not that one right there. Okay, putting things back on the edge while I try to figure this out. Ooh, that might be the right shape. Right, so if we go like that, I mean, it's not perfect. We'll trim off a little bit and we can stick in a little flower right as close to the edge as we can, or maybe right there. No, I'm okay. So we'll have to trim off a little bit of it, but I'm okay with all that. Okay, I'm gonna try trimming this way this time, just because I think it might be easier. For anyone wondering, the mat, the cutting mat, is a Cricut Joy sized cutting mat. So it used to be sticky. It's not sticky anymore. And I got this one from the Dollar Tree like 2 years ago. So I don't know if it's still available or not, but that's where I got it. Okay. Just seeing how things fit. What I want to do is start here and work my way down so I know there's space. That one actually might work if we trim off one flower. So again, don't be afraid to trim up your stickers and washi tapes to make them work for you. So I just cut this one off. So now that can be a filler piece. And we're gonna also take off this other one. And this one, it's like part of a flower, so it won't look great if I just put it randomly in the middle, but it could be like on an edge or something. Okay. So that'll work. Not perfect again, but the back side I never expect to be totally perfect. And then I'm going to have this layered over it. We are doing some layering on this spread because it's just how it's gotta be to make it work. Okay, and then that. So again, a few things to trim off here. I'm covered in the tiniest of scraps. All right, and then we will have to put in 2 windows here and here, you see? So we will do that after we do all this too. All right, so let's fill this in. This may be difficult too, trying to figure this one out. That would work pretty well. Again, not gonna be perfect, but kind of follows the shape close enough that I'm not upset at it. It does take away quite a bit of space here, but now I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe, I want to use boxes instead of the mild liners so that I can get a little bit more usable space by putting like a box that layers over just a little bit. All right, and you can see some of these, like I'm cutting off little bits of flowers here and you can hardly tell. It doesn't matter. It's great. It'll work. Last little flower right there, and this side is done. So I'm gonna pull this up and trim that. And there we go. This is so fun. This might be like my favorite thing I've done so far this year, which is not saying much because the year just started. All right, so this, we have to do that little tiny thing. So we need a tiny little stem right here. So that's what I'm gonna look for first. I'm actually gonna grab every single tiny sticker that there is left so that I have them ready to go. All right, so you can see I have all my pieces here. I hope we have enough. We're gonna fill this in first, starting with this one because I need the stem. I need the stem right there, and that works. I'm just gonna ignore that little piece. So, because I do not have another of these available, though maybe. Look, if I put it there, no, I'd be cutting off part of that. Okay, maybe this will fit here though. I'd be cutting off the tiniest bit of it. I'm okay with that at this point. We're just making it work, making it look like something nice. I think this tiny flower is the one that needs to go here. I think we can make it fit though without having to cut off part of the flower. Let me just rotate it for a minute. There we go. And then another stem in there perhaps. Or Ooh. I still can't believe that I've used up like this entire set of washi tape almost. Oh, that fits perfectly. Okay, now what can fit here? Okay, this might be weird. Just a stem coming out. Oh, there's some flowers there. That'll work. We'll trim all this once we've gotten everything down. Okay, where did I use that one before? Did I use it before? Maybe not. Okay, so let's see if this can fit anywhere in the circle, because it would make it really easy. Suppose we can just go like that, and this won't be filled, or maybe we'll fill it later. Okay. That has this little piece sticking out. Let's take a look at our tape and see if we can find one that has that or something. Okay, we still have this piece. We still do have this big one. That, I think, would actually work. This is a big sticker though. Just tore some of that off, but that's okay. It'll just make it a little smaller and easier to fit. Okay, so we're going like this. Right there. That'll do. Okay, so this one I want to see if I can get to fit because I already cut it out and everything. Fit really nice right there with this, if I can get something here. Let's do that. And then, oh, look, we have this little piece to trim. What if I just turn it around and use the scrap? Nice, okay. So we have that tiny little scrap now too. That we can fill in a minute. This is really skinny. Is there something we can cut to fill in there, or else we might have to use some of these right there? Okay, so let's figure out this one then. Okay, I'm just tearing this off here because we've only got this bit left from this one. So it'd be really great if we could use this one somehow. I mean, we'll use it over here if we really, but okay. So we're just gonna set that aside and find the, we'll do the same with this one. We're using up all the washi today. Okay. That wouldn't be bad. I'm okay with that and cutting off that little thing, because that kind of fits perfectly. Okay, so we need to do a little closer cut on this side, so I'll just do that really quickly. Okay. works pretty well. Cool, and then we do have that little bit right there. So I'm just gonna put it in like that. All right, so then because we don't have much left, I'm just gonna put that there and put this little one here. And there is our Dutch door. Let's trim this and then we can take a look at everything. Where are my scissors? There they are. Okay, so we've got a few pieces for later. This needs a little trimming here. Better. And then we still need to trim off a few things on this one. All these little pieces. I will say the gyro cut is a lot easier than fussy cutting this. Mainly for inside the frames. The outer part wouldn't be too hard right here, but inside the frame would be tougher. Okay, almost. So earlier this week, I had a video with some basic waterfall tabs, which are like a really simple way of doing Dutch doors. And today I'd say this is advanced Dutch door techniques. This is a bit trickier, more of a puzzle, and obviously a much longer video. So there's some more. Keep finding little bits that we need to trim. All right. There we go. Look at that. Okay, so now we're just gonna leave those there. I did not forget about them. We are going to do 2 different girls for the 2 spots here. So let's do this one. I like her. Come on. There we go. Started ripping her head there. I apparently didn't cut it all the way. And it started tearing. All right, so we're gonna put her here. And we put a hat on her, cover her eye. No, she's the first one we have. Oh, I kind of like that though. Just put it up like that, not over her face. Let's try it. It's just such a cute little hat. Okay. It's not quite on her head though. Oops, ripped off part of her hat, it stuck. Well, we're stuck with it now, you guys, because everything's tearing. Trying to pick it back up. It is what it is, though. I could... No, her face is peeling. All right. I could just grab another girl, because I don't love how the hat is. Okay, everything's ripping. We're gonna get the next girl in the design right here again. No hat, you guys, no hat. Take 2. All right. What else can she be with? I love the camera. Let's get the camera in here, even though it's the size of her. This is whimsical and fun and doesn't need to be exact. Right, I'm gonna get rid of a few extra plastic bits on this one. And after all this trimming and cutting, these scissors need to be cleaned too. Okay, we're just gonna put it like that. And something right there. Locket. I like the locket. Okay, so we've got that, and then it covers up, and we have this one. So let's do, this girl is actually like stunning, and we don't really need much with her, just maybe one little thing. Oops, lost part of her hair again. We'll put that one on. Okay, so I can't go all the way down because then she won't really be visible. So we're gonna go right here. See how that is before I push her all the way down. That's great. And fix her hair. Hello, little hair. Let's line you up. This is difficult, guys. All right, there we go. Let's do the little perfumes. They're the right size. And right there. Okay, now comes the fill in everything else part. So like this one fits really nicely right there. And we're just gonna go up to cover these parts. So this one needs to go to here. And we're going to use up as much as we can, all the scraps that we can. So this little piece will pull over to the other page right here. That looks great. And then this one will also fit right here. Kind of go over her just because we do need to fill all that in. And this one, while we can't use the bottom of it, we can use that much of it. All right, and nothing else is cut yet, so we will have to trim these as we go, and I'm just gonna go up it and not think about which piece I'm using, just use the first one that is there and then figure out where it goes. So we're just gonna go up the side here. I don't really want to use the stem of that because it's not the prettiest part of it, so we won't use that on the other side. Okay. We don't need much of this one here, so I'm just gonna put it like that so we can use as much of the rest of it as possible on the other page. So I'm gonna trim it here and trim it here we'll clean up the edges later. Okay, so this one, I'm going to use that little bit right like that. And get rid of that little tiny piece. Okay, and this one, just go up the side, let's see. But we need a lot more right here. So maybe this one will start from the top instead, where we need less. Okay. All right, so this one I think would work really well just coming out this way. And here's the thing, you don't have to fill all this in if you don't want to. I just dislike having writing over here. So we do need to fill this in more. Maybe we put something else there from her roll. Put some cupcakes here. You can totally use this as a functional section to write in if you want to. I just like making it all decorative. It's so fun. All right, we've got that. And then put some more music note paper, sheet music right over there, just to fill that tiny little gap. So cute. Okay, I am gonna move the cupcakes over the tiniest bit so they're not sticking out the side. Just like move them that way. You see a tiny bit there, but that doesn't bug me as much as the way it was. Okay. All right, now back to this. Just something to fill in right there. I like this one. Just gonna put it like this. There's a little bit layered over everything, but that's okay. And we're gonna use this piece right up at the top. Then I think, unless there's any little thing to fill in, I think we're done with most of it. We'll need some boxes. That feels empty. I'll need to see if I can steal a flower or something. There, we can steal that little flower by cutting its stem. Perfect, okay. Right there, do we need to put something there? See, we have like 2 stickers here, 3 there, 3 there, and 4 here. I don't think I can put more stickers there. Can I get a thin piece of floral from somewhere? We're gonna requisition these pieces from this floral. And I'm gonna cut these in half as well, maybe. Go like that to just cover that up. There we go. Okay, so now we need to clean this up and then get some boxes down. We're doing pretty good. This is looking so fun, and I don't even want to know how long this video is yet because it is huge. Maybe it's a two-parter video, or maybe it's just like an hour-long video for y'all. I do that every once in a while. When I get really crafty and these spreads go wild with how much is going on, they sometimes take a while. Not your everyday kind of journaling spread, though. Okay. These pieces. I do really like this size, though. I feel like there's plenty of space to do some really fun stuff with it. And I don't know, sometimes the A5, which I love that size for writing in, I feel like sometimes it doesn't quite have enough space for getting really creative with it if I want to use a lot of stickers or try something new like this. All right, so this is what we're working with. We need, there's so much going on, I'm not going to use the mild liners. I did grab these things too and never used them, so oh well. We're gonna grab some boxes. So this is a very old sticker book from Cal of a Plan. It's Neutral Basics. I don't know if it's still available, but again, all the links are down below if you want to check it out. But I thought that this color would go really nicely with it and help make everything pop. So we're just gonna go ahead and lay down some boxes all over the place to make some little layered sections, and then we're gonna call it good. So for this one, let's put it, let's see if it doesn't stick over the edge. It does stick over the edge a little bit, so I'm gonna move it over. Though, do I mind it over the edge in this case? Because the other option would be to do it like this, but I kind of like it right here with her to kind of add that layered look. So we're gonna go for it this time and do that. Then add a little box like this, just because I always layer things even more. Then let's make sure we get some boxes on every section. So this page doesn't have a ton of space, so what I'm gonna do is put this down to add just a little bit of space for the spread to write on this day. So if I was writing in this, if I didn't have a lot to write, I'd just use this. If I did have a lot, I'd use both pages. So for balance, I'm putting it up at the top since that one's all the way at the bottom. And then over here, we're gonna do the top. And the bottom. And since this page has so much space, I'm gonna add a third little section right here. And go like that. Let's see, let me think about that. So I could add in some other boxes, which I'm considering, just to add a little bit more, like right there. This color does work too, so I'm gonna do that, but I definitely need to add it on multiple pages so that I'm using it throughout. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, since I decided to add another color, is pick up this box, put this one down here so that I have them being used on both sides. And then I'll put this one here and this one right there. Oh, the boxes really just bring it together, you guys. I love that. Right. And then this little piece, there's like I didn't trim this whole section here and it's bugging me. You can barely see it on the camera, I bet. Maybe you can, but it's just the edge of the washi. And I just want to trim it. All right, there we go. So much better. Okay. So let's see. One more right here. And then I think we're done. All right, so longest video in a while. This is epic. Do I fill that in? Yes, I fill that in. Okay, even longer video. I'm gonna cut out this tiny little flower out of this one and layer it on top. To just fill that little gap. Ooh, okay. Where did I say? Right here. There we go. Okay, done. All done. And we're gonna call it good. This is what we're working with. Hope you enjoyed this long advanced Dutch door spread. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.